heard he didn't set himself on fire at the Hoboken St. Patty's Day pre-celebration a couple days ago.
Yeah, that thing is pretty wild. It's actually, if you guys, I enjoy going to the Hoboken St. Patty's Day
so many
celebrations.
whores. I loved it.
No, not even for that. I like because it's the only time in Jersey that you can see a white person get the crap beat out of them by the cops. All the time. Anytime.
Yeah, you're pretty right. I've seen that.
Anytime during that celebration, there's some white
Yo,
dude
those fucking white guys for St. Patty's Day scare the shit out of me. Half the time, they're not even Irish.
No, they're not.
Like, yo, honestly, some of the hardest Irish niggas that I know come from this neighborhood. Like,
from
the Heights. This is an old. This is an old Irish neighborhood. So there's a few families who stuck around who never quite graduated to like full white. Yo, and they're the craziest white boys you've ever met in your life. Like, they would just fucking slap you for no reason.
Yo, seriously, it got to the point where Hoboken did not want to have this celebration. They didn't want to have St. Patty's Day last year. They did not want to. But because white people are the best complainers ever in the history of complaining, they complained.
Some black women are black. Don't you mean all women?
Yeah,
all
like
black?
what?
Or all people?
Oh my god!
That was the thing I saw on Tumblr.
Get the hell out of here. So yeah, they complained and they were like that it's their right and that the citizens they got to the point where they were like the city was like fine we're not gonna have it officially. So then people started making plans to hold their own St. Patty's Day celebrations, and then the city realized like that was gonna get out of hand really quickly. So then they were like, all right, fine, fuck it, we'll do it, we'll fucking do it. So it's kind of like they gotta have those celebrations, that celebrations for St. Patty's Day regardless. It's kind of like mandatory. They have to have it. And it, like also Hoboken has the most bars per capita in the whole United States.
Except they close like at 2, so who gives a fuck?
They close at 2, yeah. But like there's a bar on every corner almost in Hoboken, almost.
Very soon, only hipsters are gonna be allowed to get away with that shit in the city.
What the
peeing places, being drunk, being covered.
I fucking hate hipsters, and I know that I'm dressed like one right now, but god damn it, I love their fashion. I fucking hate hipsters.
I don't mind so much.
They're garbage people. Garbage fucking people. They're pieces of fucking trash. I hate them.
That trend is pretty much on its way out, though. Hipsters.
It's not on its way out, Angel. I have to disagree with you. Like, maybe in Jersey, but in New York, that shit is fucking taking a stronghold, bro. Like, there's nothing but hipsters.
What is it about that move that you hate? Because I kind of like most of everything from the whole hipster thing. They move into like poor areas and they start making artisanal breads and cheeses. Like, who doesn't enjoy artisanal bread and cheeses?
It's not that. It's the pretentiousness of hipsters and their establishments. So I told you I work with, the homeless population. I work in Harlem, whatever. So there's this bar. I'm not gonna fucking drop the name of the fucking bar. They do very well. So like, there's this bar by where I work, and a couple of my coworkers and I, we went over there, right? So I was gonna host a show that Saturday up in Binghamton. So like me and my co-host, we got together and we had a couple drinks, whatever, with my coworkers, and I asked the bartender, I was like, do you have a fin de moon, whatever? And then she's like, do you mean le fin de moon? But she said it the way you actually fucking say. I don't know how the fuck you say it. But right, she's like, do you mean le fin de moon? And I was like, and she put her mouth just like that, like a fucking cunt, like le fin de moon, whatever. And I was like, yeah. She's like, no, we actually don't carry it. I was like, what? Get me a fucking beer, you goddamn bar wench.
Wait.
What the fuck?
So she corrected you.
She corrected me only to tell me that they don't have it. That is why fuck hipsters.
That's what this is really about. That's not even about being a hipster.
No.
She's a dick. No, she was just a dick.
She's a fucking hipster. I'm sure the hipster, she's like, well, she was just educating you. What, are you offended because she's a woman?
No,
woman cannot...
No, Rada.
Oh my...
This is not an argument against hipsters. This is an argument of Rada getting corrected.
Man. No, bro, I'm telling you. No, I live like at the epicenter of fucking the hipster phenomenon. And I remember when they first started coming here.
Right?
Yeah, and then now they look at me like when I'm walking to my building, like, what the fuck are you doing? Nigga, what the fuck are you doing here? What are you doing here? Shit. There's a couple things I like about hipsters, right? They have the most dank ass weed. Their weed is popping.
Okay.
I will say that. But other than that, they're beer snobs. You ever drank? They're like, oh, well, this has 40. I don't know anything about beers other than I like it in me, and I like no homo. Like, God, that's probably probably take that out, that part out in editing. Like, put pause or something.
You know what I don't like about the whole situation,
Go for it.
the whole hipsters thing is the fact that nobody wants to own up to this fucking trend, and nobody wants to own up to this movement. Nobody wants to own up to it.
What do you mean own up?
Because there's always when the Ed Hardy people were around, it was very clear who was like down with
the douchebag. If you were a
Everybody
douche,
knew.
you were Ed Hardy.
Yeah, that was like the last hurrah of the bro movement, right? The quote unquote like bro movement, right? There was always like bros. Like, I think it started with like the double collar like polos.
I thought SAE would be the last hurrah of the bro movement.
SAE. Oh God, why did he even bring those guys up?
Who?
Everyone is talking about those guys. But that frat that has like that crazy racist rant, like no nigger's ever gonna be.
You know, I'm just.
An SAE.
I
think that's how it goes. Is that how it goes?
No. There will never be a nigger in the sea. There will never be a nigger in the sea. He will never sign with me. You can hang him from a tree.
Oh, gee.
Like this. Like I mean, okay.
I didn't even know that part.
That's really crazy. That I was very offended that they said that. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. But couple of things. One, they're like fucking these white rednecks.
Okay.
Like, of course they're saying nigger all the time.
So it wasn't surprising.
And they were drunk, and they're in a fucking frat.
Yeah.
What? Like, I don't agree with anything that they say. Like, obviously it's terrible, but I agree with their fucking right to say it. Like, one of the kids got suspended for that. Why?
Didn't they get kicked off of campus? They got kicked off of campus. That's from what I heard. Right?
Like
the school immediately.
There's so many racist fucking policies in place at these fucking colleges. As soon as you get caught on camera, we're gonna kick you off because that's not what we stand here for.
Just don't bring it up.
In Oklahoma, whatever the fuck university they're from.
Just don't bring it up. Don't say anything about it. Don't legitimize it.
You say that now, but if you were there and they acted like the fucking the frat from Binghamton that we talked about in the pilot. The pig's blood.
Oh yeah, God, that was so horrible.
Well, like if they would, like if I were there, like I wouldn't. First of all, I don't. They're saying hanging from a tree. You're talking about a lynching. I'm not saying anything. I don't want to be lynched. Like if I was if there was like three.
No, but I did leave here thinking about like they put pig's blood on the door. Like I was driving home and I was just like they put pig's blood on the door.
Bro, you gotta understand. Like some of these guys, like. I have.
Who got the blood? Who procured the blood? First of all, who procured the animal for this fucking sacrifice?
I don't know how the fuck they caught the animal. I don't know how they caught him.
This is what I'm saying. Like somebody did the assignment.
It was like
to
some
somebody.
Hunger Games shit.
Was they sitting like in a circle and somebody was like drawing straws and then they're like, all right, you gotta go get the deer. Like, fuck, all right, I gotta go get this deer. Like, really? I would if you wouldn't sit there. If we were to concoct this plan and you would have told me I gotta go get a deer, I'd be like, what? They were not getting a fucking deer. Because I don't even know how to go around and subdue a wild animal. Like, how am I even going to go around doing that? I don't even know. I'd probably get close to it and be like, ah! Like, run away. Like, the minute it, like, breathed my way or somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the crazy, going back real quick to the SE guys, SAE, they were like, yeah, we're really sorry. This is not.
Yeah, sorry doesn't cut it in this situation. I'm sorry.
Like,
sorry
look, honestly, like, just don't even apologize.
Just
you,
shut up.
You feel like that. You fucking feel that way. Be that way. Like, you're a fucking asshole for feeling like that, but don't fucking give these fake apologies and shit. Like,
yeah, it's still first.
You're like, all that shit, like, honestly.
It's still First Amendment.
I don't like it. Yeah, like, you're infringing on his fucking First Amendment rights. Like, yeah, like, honestly, if you don't want to change that, girls at that university, don't fuck those guys. That's how you change the world. That's how you change the world. Hold out on pussy from assholes. Don't fucking violate his constitutional rights. Like,
add that to the Yes All Women movement.
That's fucking crazy. Like, yeah, like
that is how shit gets done.
That's how shit gets done. Like, like don't fuck cops if you don't want cops to savagely. Like, I don't know, man.
No, it's true. In Iceland, women went on strike, and that's how they fixed.
Yo, you're talking about Iceland.
Security, and in Africa they do the same thing. In India, there's a gang that does something similar. Wow. Women can go on strike.
Women can go on strike. Yo, everything men do is for the vagina.
Isn't
like yo, whoever invented this fucking camera, like the guy who invented it, I'm assuming it's a man. So whatever hipsters out there watching, oh, he fell Texas, whatever. Anyway, I'm assuming it's a man that invented the camera. He was trying to impress some chick, man. That is what happened. He's like, yo, I want to somehow capture a painting of me fucking this girl. I gotta really sit down and think what the fuck I'm gonna do.
In the highest definition.
Yeah, in the highest. That's what happened.
See every.
That's what happened. Boom, science.
Of her butt.
Science. I'm not an attractive guy. I Gotta figure it out.
Look, man, look. In closing, I just want to say that's my only issue with the hipster thing is that nobody wants to own up being a hipster. There's lots of hipsters out there that don't own up to being.
All hipsters own up to being hipsters.
If you tell them they're hipsters, they'll get offended.
No.
It's one of the most passive progressive movements
I was talking to this Mexican chick, whatever.
Is she claimed to be a hipster?
She identified as a hipster.
She goes, see, just say well, hipster. That's
no,
mad racist of me.
That is mad racist of you. That is mad racist of you. Because she didn't sound like that. So you know what, Angel? I'm offended.
You said Mexican.
She was Mexican. She was like from Mexico. Like she wasn't like Mexican American. She was like straight up Mexican.
From Mexico. Maybe that's why she doesn't know. She
was like a dead ass like hipster, bro.
You know, other countries have the subculture thing down pat. Because in Mexico you have the emos and the metalheads, and they actually represent like a real shit. Here's the thing about like subcultures like hipsters, like the racists are like actually like assimilating into that subculture. So when the first time I saw a hipster, I was away from the city. I was in Buffalo. So the first time I ever saw hipsters up there, then I thought like, oh, this is fucking cool. Like they're taking over like people walking around barefoot, drinking out of kegs, in the house. Like what could go wrong? And it was like it's like when I was at Stuyvesant, we were watching Family Guy, and I thought it was a show only for like really like well-educated nerds. And then I went to fucking UB in the first semester. I was there. Everybody was watching it.
And then you saw the quality of Family Guy go down.
Yeah.
To appeal like
Family. It's the same thing with hip hop clothes. The same thing with metal clothes.
Yeah, it gets assimilated by dickheads.
Yeah, it becomes normalized.
Posers. That's why people don't like posers.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. All right, my issue with most of these trends is because look, you take a guy that would be labeled as a hipster right now, right? Predominantly white male, in his mid 20s, right? You probably still have some late 20s, early 30s dude who hasn't really figured himself out. He's still like holding on to this situation.
He's got banned.
10 years from now, they're all gonna be LL Bean wearing, Joseph A. Bank shopping, fucking what's the other store? J. Crew, fucking. They're all gonna be like in cubicles wearing khakis. You know what I mean? That's why I don't really believe in a lot of these movements because they're like, there's really nothing behind them. It's all about like material and merchandise and like.
Talk about merch, yeah.
Yeah, it's all it's really about. Like, if you really think about it, a lot of these movements start and end with like the things that you own and the things that you have. I know that's not like a funny thing to say. I know that this is like a more like comedic podcast, but like that's one of the reasons why like I really don't like believe in a lot of these like fucking situations. I do enjoy, like I said, all like the craft beer and shit that they bring. I don't enjoy all these like bars like that where like all they do is serve like craft beers because not every craft beer is good. You get what I'm saying? Like, not every craft beer.
Or the slow burn.
It's how they work. It's how they work because the second time I went to that bar, because they have good craft beer. I went and I was just like, the guy was like, oh, so what do you want? I was like, I don't really know what's good. What do you recommend? And he gave me so he was like, oh, well, I would. Like I'm like, this is beer.
Why did you go back?
This is fucking beer. We're not wine tasting here, you fucking pretentious cunt. And you know how I know he was a cunt? Because he was a guy that has long hair and had the ponytail up here. If you do that and you're a fucking man, fuck you, man.
You were like Goro from Mortal Kombat.
No, he was like
I do that sometimes.
Nah, man. Well, you got that good long wavy hair. You got that. You got that say something like a stoic, say like a stoic phrase and stare into the wind.
Nah, man.
As it blows your
This
hair.
guy, he was like a good looking white guy. He looked like a gay Thor. That's what he looked like. He was gay. He was like flamboyant, whatever. But he was so fucking rude and nasty.
I'm sorry. He said gay Thor in that picture. Like a dude holding like a
pink. Like all you are is he's a glorified bar wench. And you don't want to fucking just suggest a beer to me, you stupid asshole.
But did you get a beer? Did you?
Yeah, I got a beer because I paid for it and stuff.
But did you like the beer that he? Like,
no, he was like, he like recommended some like when as soon as he started beer, I'll figure it out, whatever. I'll figure it out. Like I went on Google and I was like, whatever.
We should name drop like the old school, like Spanish working class bars.
Oh, I like those bars.
There's like very few like B&K.
Yeah,
B&K. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? All jokes aside, I enjoy doing shows at P&K, but mostly because it's a no-nonsense bar. You know, they have liquor. They're like, they have beer. It's like an old school bar where like they have beer.
That's generally what bars have, yeah.
No, but I mean like these bars these days.
You're not gonna go there and get like a spice pumpkin mocha latte beer. Like
you're not.
They're like, what the fuck is that? We got Corona and we got Coors Light, bro. You gotta make
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like they have their selection of beer.
Like Heineken is as fancy as they get.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's like it comes in a green bottle.
It's a fucking bar. Like, it's a bar.
Yeah, but like hard liquor, they got it.
Wasn't it funny how when we were there for like 7-8 hours after we shot the pilot episode of the podcast. Then it was like once the Fordham kids left, everyone was like, all right, the kids are gone.
that was the general atmosphere.
ASAP.
Yeah,
Wow.
they even turned off the music so they would leave.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, yo, there was this girl, this white girl. She was leaving, and she fell. And then she fell back, and then the door closed on this bitch's head.
Oh, Jesus.
And she came back into the bar, was it like 3 or 4 times? Like,
that's definitely brain damage, you know that, right?
I mean, it didn't seem like there was much there to start with.
It doesn't take much for you to get brain damage in the back of your head. It was already like a thing. No, I'm serious though.
Yo, but those Fordham kids, they're also part of that gentrification shit.
Why is Fordham so expensive?
I don't know.
I dated a girl one
You
time
know,
that went to
I
Fordham.
don't know Fordham kids, but I feel like Fordham kids are like kids from like Nassau County, Westchester County,
and
like
Scarsdale.
south of Brooklyn.
Scarsdale,
I feel like they're
Brooklyn.
like white flight kids.
Yeah.
Like their parents grew up in New York City. Like hipsters are.
But
Like, I come from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And I fly back on like my dad's a cab driver, and on 3-day weekends, like he says, like Williamsburg is a ghost town because they all go back to like Dallas.
They all go home. They're not from here. They're like transplants.
You know what? When I went out west, when, cause my boy, whatever, he was doing his PhD out there, so I went to go like visit him in Arizona, and this was during the whole hype about like, yo, fucking Arizona and immigration, and I gotta tell you, some of the nicest fucking people I ever met in my life.
I refuse to go to Arizona.
Everyone was so
Because of that.
fucking nice to me.
Yeah, bro, but I look like this. The minute that whole shit started with fucking Arizona, like, I was like, yeah, I'm not going there anymore at all. Like, I will never set foot in there. And I'm legal. Like, I'm totally fucking legal. I just know, like, in my mind, I have a fear that I'm gonna, like, drive, because I have a fear of flying also, so I drive everywhere. Like, if I can drive there, I would rather do that. I have a fear of, like, driving into Arizona and, like, a cop immediately stopping me and be like, you know I'm stopping you. Like, you know exactly.
Well, I'm pretty sure that there's places in Arizona where it was like that, but I was in Tucson and everyone was really super nice.
Like the white people and the Spanish people.
The white people were very nice. Like everyone was mostly Mexican if they were Hispanic. Like they had no idea what the fuck I was.
Yeah.
Like I went and we went to the spot and this lady heard me speaking Spanish. Me and my friend. My friend is Dominican as well, but he's a black Dominican.
Right.
So she's like, well, how the fuck do you guys speak Spanish? I was like, well, we're Dominican. And it was like, what? I've heard of you. I've never met one.
It's like she saw a unicorn.
Yeah, we were a unicorn. She's like, whoa.
Don't scare them off, guys.
Yo, it's fucking crazy. She's like, oh my god, you speak Spanish so fast. I was like, yeah, that's how we talk.
Yeah, man.
You know what it is I think sometimes the politically conservative people are the nicest. They believe in decency. They just believe that the world is perfect the way that it is. They don't believe in trajectory. That's another discussion. Remind me to bring up the whole David Ortiz skit on SNL a couple months ago.
I didn't see that. What was it about? Like I heard
it was Keenan imitating David Ortiz.
Right.
And it's cute. It's funny because he did the accent really well. It's like, do you know what you can make with 10,000 chickens? You can make mofongo.
Yeah, I did see that skit.
Who was playing David Ortiz?
Keenan.
And
Keenan from All That.
Yeah.
He will forever be Keenan from All That to me. Like growing up watching them, like.
I did get it right, Keenan.
Yeah, Keenan Thompson. Yeah.
But it was like I was looking at that. I was like, if this were any other race, like this would be like racist. But Dominicans are so underrepresented in media that are just happy. They're just happy to be included. They're just happy to see representation.
Dominicans don't give a fuck about nothing, my nigga. Cause like, yo, I'll give you two
Yo, but Zoe Saldana is hot, bro.
Huh?
Zoe Saldana is hot, and she's talented.
I disagree, but
you don't think she's hot?
I don't think she's hot.
Why not?
I think she got really, really thin, and then like I heard she's like only into white guys, so she'd never fuck me anyway.
Oh, she's one of those Dominicans. That's really why you're
Yeah, she's one of those.
That's mostly why you're like that.
But I know a Dominican like that. I told you about her in the car.
Yeah.
Last time we were hanging out.
Well, I got the girl that the comedian like that he likes the Dominican girl.
Well, then she cut her hair, and I don't find her attractive.
Yeah, she's mostly just into like white guys. And she's Dominican as hell though. She's like, hey, like she has an accent.
She's all like this, man. Like,
yeah,
it's great.
My cousins are like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird? It's so weird. I think it's weird.
Trying to make it up in the world, yeah.
So like, all right. So I'll give you a perfect example.
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're back.
Selena, the movie, Mexicans were pissed because Selena was portrayed by a Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Selena, great singer, may God rest her soul. She was super hot. She didn't do anything to further advance her people or the world. She was just a fucking singer who just so happened to be hot. You know what I mean? That's all she did.
Nah, I know she did a few things for Mexican people.
No, not really.
She was one of those Mexicans that didn't know how to speak Spanish.
She was not a fucking revolutionary like or anything.
You know
like
that.
She was just like an artist. She was like a fucking artist.
Yeah, she was an artist.
In the grand scheme of things, didn't really matter. Fucking, they made a movie in the time of the butterflies, which was about the Hermana Miravalle, you know, the butterfly sisters.
That's actually a really sad
like,
story, by the way.
Yes, who changed and did so much for the Dominican people in the time
And they
of
got killed
Trujillo.
because the dictator.
Murdered and all this horrible things happened.
Basically,
there was not one Dominican in that movie. Not fucking one. Mark Anthony was in it. Salma Hayek was one of the fucking, you know, like, Dominicans are like, yeah, that's a fucking good movie. Oh my god, that's crazy. They talk about it. It's like, yo, we don't give a fuck. We don't care, bro. We're chill.
Well, would you care if Salma Hayek's representing you? I don't think I would care.
I honestly,
I don't think I would care.
my problem, I have a
They would have cared if all the actors were black. That shit.
Yeah, I think
they would have cared if all the actors were Haitian, not black.
Look, Cubans got fucking up in arms because Celia Cruz in the Celia Cruz biopic, Whoopi Goldberg wanted to play her. And they were up in arms about that situation. They were like, hell no, this and that. Sidebar, Whoopi Goldberg and Celia Cruz were actually friends. They were actually really good friends.
I don't give a shit.
And they were tight. I think like Whoopi Goldberg was like, no, I think I'm probably the best qualified person to.
I'm hearing all this for the first time.
Whoopi Goldberg kind of looks like Celia Cruz.
Yeah, she could fucking definitely pull it off and shit. And like people were just upset. Mostly like white Cubans were upset because it was Whoopi Goldberg. You know what I mean?
You know what? Like a lot of Cubans hate to say this, but like a big part of like the flight, like from when Castro took over, Batista definitely has some like really racial institutions.
Oh yeah.
Well, Cuba in general had a whole history of that. The concentration camp
The Caribbean
was pioneered in
Cuba, yeah.
The Caribbean in general is the way it is because of foreign policy, U.S. foreign policy. Like that's the one thing that the U.S. and the people in the U.S. don't really like to talk.
I love when I hear like racists be like, "Oh, go back to your fucking country, coming over here with your anchor babies." I'm like, well, I would love to go back there. Just stop making the fucked up policies. So our country isn't like the fucking shithole that it is. Like, yo, tourism in DR, like, yo, if it wasn't for tourism, bro, like, DR is a shithole, bro. Like, yo, you go to DR, you will see some fucking poverty, man. Like,
no, I know.
Yo, Dominicans over here, like young Dominicans, like my age and like younger Dominicano on Instagram, Dominicans be like this, Dominicans be like that. Mad proud to be Dominican from the United States.
Yeah, but DR, Dominican.
You don't want to go fucking live over there. You want to go over there. You want to have a good time. But you want to come back to America, where God is looking and there's warm water when you turn on your faucet.
Mainland Dominicans, I think it's funny because in Jersey, I lived in Newark, in Irvington, Newark, most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a sizable Dominican population in Newark and Irvington, but they're predominantly in the poorest areas. Like those areas are already poor to begin with, so they're in the poorest of those areas, right? And they're fine. Like they're absolutely fine. They're okay with it, with everything the way it is, and they more than often, they own the houses on that block, and more than often, there's the nicest houses on those blocks. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
It's been there a while. They're invested in it. This is a good segue to what we were talking about before. I think we got cut off, which is that they were saying the friendliest people you met were in Arizona, because maybe some of the most politically conservative people are generally friendly because they believe in decency. They just don't believe in the trajectory of history.
Yeah,
they just don't believe it. No. I think a lot of people, liberals too, feel the same way.
They don't. I don't like people who complain for complaining's sake. I think that's the reason. That's the reason why I was talking about like the whole New York thing in the beginning. was because of that. Like, if you're gonna complain, at the very least have an idea of how to make it better. You know, like, come forth with like a solution. Don't just sit there and be like, I don't like this. I don't agree with this. Well, how to make it better? Well, it's not really my fault. Like, no, in that case, you're just being a dick. You know, you're just saying like, oh, I don't like this, but you're not being part of the solution, which is, I think, everybody's duty. I think everybody's duty is to be at some point part of a solution to a problem.
It's funny. I was on the train this morning, and the train conductor almost punched the passenger in the face. Because the
I can already tell this was a good solution to the problem.
I mean, yo, listen, like, people hate to say it, violence is always an option, man. Like, before you come out your face to somebody, just remember, they always have the option to punch you in the back, like right in the fucking face. They can.
You know, the only people that know that are the people that have been in fights.
You
know that, right?
Like, cause sometimes
those are the only people that.
Like, you ever had someone say something so incendiary to you that you look at them, you're like, I can tell you've never been offended. I can tell just by what you say to me.
Wild shit
you wouldn't say that to me. Like, if we lived like in the 1800s where it was like okay to like beat the shit out of someone or have a fucking duel, you would pick your words a little carefully.
Hell yeah. Yo, a lot of people.
That's why people were gentlemen back then. Like, you'd be like, oh man, I really fucking hate this guy, but he would kick my ass.
Maybe that's how the gentleman rules came about. Yeah. People were like, whoa, wait a minute.
Guys, let's talk about this. Let's be civil about this because this guy's a deadly shot. Like,
let's be men of words before we go to the gas, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, it was okay. So like, I'm on the train. The train is stopped, whatever, because there's a lot of construction on the train, especially now with the whole snow shit, whatever. So the train stopped. This guy's like, "Oh my God, come on with the fucking train! What the fuck?" And then the conductor's like, "Sir, whatever. Like, I can't really move because I need to wait.
Right.
I need to be told to move. I can't just go."
You were in the first car?
I wasn't in the first car, but I was in the car by where the conductor is.
Oh, right.
So like the guy's like he's like, "Oh man, you always with this fucking bullshit." So then right there, the conductor changes tone and his accent.
Oh Jesus.
Then he was like, "Yo, my man, I can't hear you. Come in." Yo, come in, man. He's like, and then the guy walks over and he's like, and then he's like, I guess he caught himself. He's like, "Sir, like, like, you see those lights? Those lights are what tells me to go. Like, I know you have a place to be, but like, everyone wants to go. I can't go until the lights get." And the guy's like, "Yo, whatever. You know what? Fuck y'all. You just want to raise the fucking fare all the time." And he's like, "What? What do you mean raise the fare? I just work here." He's like, "Nah, man, fuck that. Like, yo, people got places to be. It's 9 a.m. Like, yo, just move the fucking train." He's like, "Oh, what? You want people to hear you? You want people to hear you? Is that what you want?" He's like, "Man, I ain't trying to argue with you. He said, "Look, you're about to get left. Get in the fucking train, you stupid motherfucker." I was like, Sir. There's children here.
Mind your manners.
Like, yo, but I was like, yo, that's crazy. Like,
that's good. Yo, I saw the thirstiest. Oh, not one of the thirstiest things I've ever seen was a conductor stop the train to like hit on a chick who's on the platform.
What?
Was she hot?
It was in the station, and he was like, "You getting on? You sure? You sure? All right, cool."
Yo, that girl.
And then only when they were done talking did he like leave.
Do you understand what that guy just did to that girl's self-esteem?
Yeah.
She probably went home and was like, "Yo, I'm stopped the subway hot, motherfucker." Do you know?
But you know how she'll tell the story? You know how she'll tell the story to whatever guy she's talking to, because she's talking to like 20 of them. Yeah. She's like, "Oh my God, this guy was like, it was such a creep. He was such a creep. He stopped the train for me, and I was like, what a creep. Like, who does that?" Like, honestly, because she wants to show off. She's like, "Hey, you know how hot I am? Let me tell you about my dame, nigga, and why you should be chasing this pussy." Like, honestly, that's how they feel. But they have to craft it in a certain way.
We were talking about, like, now that we're a little bit on that subject, we were talking about like 50 Shades of Grey and all that stuff last time toward the end, and I kept thinking about this stupid book because of the movie. It already got a movie made. Like, do you understand? Sometimes books, they're written and then like Harry Potter, like best-selling, like the latest damn near billionaire. That movie to get made still took like almost 10 years, right? From when the books were first published, so when the first movie came out, almost 10 years. 50 Shades of Grey been out for like what, 4 years, 3 years? I want to say been out for 3 years. It already has a movie.
But that's just
Do you know how fast that is? That's fucking ridiculously fast.
It's insanely fast. But that's just like all these like tweeny books that are coming out, like Insurgent and all this like The Maze. All these like stupid ass movies.
Not all these books are good.
They're all stupid. Like
they're
the
not
plot
all
makes no fucking sense. Teenagers would never save the world because some of the most self-indulged and selfish people in the world are fucking teenagers. They don't know who the fuck they are yet.
No, but look, this is what I wanted to talk. This is what I wanted to say about the 50 Shades of Grey thing. One of the things that like kind of bothered me, and I thought it was hysterical because I caught myself in what I was doing. And this is what bothers a lot of guys about the book is the fact that it's very graphic, like mad graphic, like in a way that like it's a little disturbing. You know what I mean? You read it. And you can't believe that a woman wrote all this shit. You know, to guys, this is like mind blowing. Well, I know to me, like it was mind blowing to see like all this coming from like a female's perspective, like a female's mind, right?
I think that it's hot that it's so graphic.
And I think that it's hot that it comes from a female's mind.
Yeah, like for me at first it was very off-putting, and I think one of the reasons why is because guys say disgusting shit about women all the time, and we try to play it off like it's like a compliment. Like some dude one time, I literally saw some dude tell a girl at a bar, he's like, yo, you're so hot, I will fucking suck a fart out of your ass. Like, literally, say that to a girl.
That's the classic one.
That is disgusting.
I've heard that before. I've heard that it's not even that disgusting because I've heard that being said before. But let me tell you something.
But think about it. He would suck a fart out of her ass. Alright, think about it.
Christian Grey would be worse.
But he tried to pass it off like it was a compliment. Like, you're so hot that. Mind you, not it being disgusting in general, right? Like,
did it work?
No, it didn't. Of course it didn't work. It would take a special kind of, like, extremely liberal girls to sit there and be like, wow, that's fucking
all it would take is for him to have a helicopter and take her on a helicopter ride. Look, that's all it is. That's all. Like, Christian Grey is what women want. Women love nasty dudes, bro. They love it. I don't care what any girl says.
I don't think so, because look what happened to Brett Favre. Brett Favre said one innocent little dick pic, and then he got vilified for it. He was vilified. He was hung on a cross for sending an innocent dick pic to some girl that just didn't like. That's the shit that I don't like.
All she was doing, she took advantage of the situation.
Yeah, but that's the double standard. This is what, like, look. One of like my friends.
Is there such thing as an innocent dick pic?
It is. There is. There's an innocent dick pic. Look, because some girls are aggressive. When I was out dating, I got a bunch of naked pics from girls that I didn't ask for. I didn't ask for a bunch of like booty pics. Did I say, ew, this is nasty? No, I don't want this on my phone. I said, no, wow, this is really nice. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing. It's, you know, it works vice versa. So my thing is this. I got into an argument with a female friend of mine because she got mad that some guy was hitting on her. And he texted her, and like it was all like grammatically incorrect, and it was like some of the worst spelling she'd ever seen before in her life. And she was like, "Ew, get out of here with your dumb ass! You're so stupid. You don't even know how to write." And then the guy was like, he was really trying. The guy was just like, "Well, can you help me out with that? Like that would be awesome." He's like, "Even if we don't talk like that, it'd be great if you could like help me out with my spelling and my grammar. It's always been an issue." And she's like, "No, get the fuck out of here." Just didn't give him the time of day. And then I was like, you know what? If that guy was fucking hot or a guy that you like, you fucking buy hooked on phonics for that motherfucker.
But that's what
you would
creep
fucking
means.
do that. You would totally fucking do that.
That's what creep means when a girl says, "Oh my god, he was so creepy." What she means is his advances were completely unwanted and unsolicited because this dude is not hot. That's it. It's just that's their way of staying out.
That's a double standard.
You don't want to be. It's not really a double standard.
It is. Because
like,
a guy cannot say that. A guy's an asshole. A guy's a fucking asshole, and he's vilified for simply saying that girl's ugly, or that he considers her to be ugly and he doesn't find her attractive.
Yeah,
that's wrong. You can't say that.
You can't say that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, guys say that all the time.
No, but like I know we say it anyway, but we're still jerks, right? We're still jerks for saying some shit like that. I'm not one of those dudes that like man's rights guys. I'm not one of those guys. I don't want people to think that I'm one of those guys. I'm not. I'm just saying that if we want equality, we gotta start talking about stuff like this because I don't think that's fucking right. She literally got upset that I said that. That I was like, yo, if this guy was hot, if he was fucking Brad Pitt with horrible spelling, you'd be like, he's so cute and he's stupid.
Yeah, but
look at him.
Brad Pitt
so
with
stupid.
horrible. I get it.
Like, yo, he's so stupid. I'm gonna show him everything, and she would fucking take it upon herself.
But it works both ways. Like a hotter girl can get away with more. Then like she just can. Like if I was dating Vita
you guys
Guerra,
like you ever seen that?
Unless you get, we had this conversation last time too. The prettiest girls tend to not be that good, but.
Oh yeah.
Like, but if I was dating Vita Guerra and I found out she was cheating on me, I'd be a little bit more willing to work on it, rather than if I was just dating some regular run-of-the-mill chick. If you cheat, I mean, whatever. There's plenty of you in the sea. But there's not that many Pinagueros, man. When's the next time I'm gonna get a Pinaguero?
Look, I think Tina Fey talked about it. I used to be, I'm a huge fan of 30 Rock. I've always been a huge fan of 30 Rock and most anything that Tina Fey does. Mm-hmm. So one of my favorite episodes is the one where she has the guy from Mad Men guest star on the show, and he plays
Juan Hamon.
Yeah, he plays this really fucking really good looking dude who's a doctor.
Oh, himself?
Yeah, but the thing is, he's not really like a doctor. He's just so damn good looking that he lives in this bubble where like everything that he does is like he can just do whatever the fuck he wants and people will just give it to him because he's a good looking dude. So he buys a motorcycle in the episode. He buys a motorcycle, but he doesn't even have a motorcycle license. So he tries to ride off on his shit. He's just like he's just like smacking into shit like he like falls off it. And she's just like, oh my god, you stupid beautiful thing. I'm like, you dumb beautiful man. And then like fast forward to a couple of seasons later, like in the later episodes, she goes to see him again and he has no hands, cause he fucking he's so stupid that he managed to get his hands cut off, and she's still trying to date him. Like that's the funny thing about it, is that she would still date him. Like she calls it the bubble, like the pretty person bubble. And I think that's a real thing. I honestly think that's a real thing.
Of course it is.
Because of that situation, because of that girl.
Of course it is.
My friend would literally, I'm so serious about that. She would have fucking bought Hooked on Phonics. She would have bought fucking Snapdragon. Like all these things that would have fucking allowed him
to
live
and then
life.
she would have told herself the story like, you know what, I'm just such a good person that I'm not vain and I don't care about his education.
She would have made herself feel better about it.
I can fix him.
I can fix him
and I can make
Isn't
that.
the fantasy of 50 Shades of Grey? Like,
that is.
The most pervert. I don't know the funny story, but I can tell from.
I don't know the story either. I'm just speculating. I'm such a dick.
I know the story.
I didn't even read this story that I'm just speculating.
In the end, like she gets him to stop being a player and to be.
No, I think she joins him. She joins in the filthishness.
She joins.
Well, yeah, that's.
Yeah, because it's about. Like some girl on Instagram is it's about trust, because that's what S&M is about. I'm like, look, man, like. Look, I'm all for smut. Like I'm not gonna sit down with a girl and explain to her why I like
this book. I
aspirate.
lost more respect for this book. This book just became Eyes Wide Shut. That
was a good fucking movie.
That was an awesome movie. This lady just wrote Eyes Wide Shut.
No, they're actually having that party. I think tomorrow.
Really?
There's this London-based sex party.
How do I get in?
Require masks. You have to register online. It's like $250 for a couple.
Oh Jesus!
Is like. I thought it was gonna be like in the thousands and shit, but it's like they're literally calling it just like the Eyes Wide Shut party.
Yeah, I don't have a couple.
Wait, so it's gonna be like people in like masquerade masks and like fucking robes. Is it gonna like the one thing I didn't get about that movie was like the weird like moaning in the back, like the
oh. Well, that was just good music.
That doesn't put anybody in the mood though. That didn't put me in the mood.
Yeah, I didn't care, bro. There was titties. I'm like, whatever, my nigga, play whatever.
No, some of the best titties I've ever seen before in my life were in that fucking movie. I don't even know how he like Stanley Kubrick must have like seriously sat there and been like.
Well, he did because he had OCD, so he probably had like thousands.
Oh, he had extreme OCD. Like one of my favorite films from him is Dr. Strangelove, and he recreated almost like there was a dude from the State Department on set at one point, and. There was a scene where he recreated like the airplane and shit, right? The like there was a lot of there was even like some secret stuff like on like included in a lot of the scenes that the guy from the State Department was like, how do you know about this? Like why you can't show this? You gotta cut this out because it's too detailed. It's too like somebody would watch this and be like, wait a minute. Like that's how much of an OCD.
They do that movie. They did it in Fight Club with the recipe for the bomb.
Oh right, like it was too detailed. Like it was really.
Like,
that's cool. You know, one of my other favorite movies is Seven, and in that like in the scene where like they find Kevin Spacey's characters like notebooks and stuff like that, and they're all just like. And Morgan Freeman says that line is like, well, we can't literally sit there and read all these fucking notebooks. They're just like people, you know, they're just one man's ranting, like almost ad infinitum. Like we can't sit there and do that. The art director. That's actually his handwriting. That's actually he spent most of like I think 3 or 4 weeks just writing. Just writing. Like how do you not go insane doing that?
Well, I think like most artists and people like are already kind of insane because like
David Finch is like that too.
Well, no, you consider like comics just some of the darkest people you've ever met.
Yeah, but I don't think
borderline
we're detailed oriented.
We're not, but we're a different kind of monster, but we're the same. Like we're all cut.
We obsess about different things.
Yeah, we're obsessed about different things differently, but we are like monsters essentially.
Yeah.
Like
true.
all artists, painters, anyone, photographers too. Like they see shit. Like,
Well, yeah, that was Stanley Kubrick's problem, is that he came from photography, so like that's why a lot of his sets were like painstakingly like set up. Like he was very, very specific. Like I forgot, what's the movie that he shot was almost entirely natural light. He didn't use any kind of
Glenn
Ross.
Yeah, no, not that one. I forgot the name of that film. I think it was like his 7th movie or something like that. The 7th film he ever made.
So I shot with all candles and shit.
Yeah, and there was no artificial lighting whatsoever in that. Little to no artificial lighting whatsoever in that movie. So it was all shot in daylight using natural light, which is insane. You know, like imagine telling a director that now, like you can't use artificial lighting. They would be like,
I was trying to shoot the intro to this podcast
with all natural lighting.
Hey, look at the fuck here. We got an hour or something left.
Oh my god, you try to ask me to pin a time. You're like, can you be here at a certain time? I was like, yo, bro, I'm literally at the mercy of traffic. I can't, like, there's nothing I can do.
Better off with bicycle lanes in the Holland Tunnel.
Yeah, I wish they would have that. Because I know they have them on the Georgia. I know they have them on the G-Dub. You can get like at certain times of day. You can get on a bicycle and like right across. I think it's only like $3 too to do that. But
God, they want to charge you money for writing.
Yeah.
Right, we're running down 5 minutes.
Yeah, man. So look, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say was that like I think it's crazy. Like you can't sit there and complain about shit most of the time and have like no solutions for stuff. My thing is like if you want to complain,
that's the first step to a solution is complaining about it.
Yeah, that's fine, but at least like do like the mental exercise to get to that other side. You know what I'm saying? Like at least take the walk and be like, all right, there's an issue. If I'm gonna complain about it, what do I think could be done about it? You get what I'm saying? Because like,
because then in organizing that's called formulating the demand.
Yeah. Because even look at the political climate. Like a lot of these people are complaining. Look, I saw somebody posting it was a stupid post. It was funny, but it was a stupid post. It was a picture of George W. Bush, and it says, "I'm the reason for a lot of you guys' misery, but thanks for blaming the black guy." And it was hysterical. Like I saw it, and it was fucking hysterical. And then somebody at the bottom was like, "President Obama," and it was a Latino too. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of started a flame war after this because like he goes, "President Obama is the worst president ever, and his wife is the sorriest excuse I've ever seen for a first lady." And then so I'm looking at it, I clicked, I was like,
what the fuck does the first lady
do? This is
what
what I
get clogged
like,
by the president?
Yo, so then like I click on this guy to see who the fuck he is, and I'm like, yo, this is the most spick looking motherfucker I've ever seen before in my goddamn life. So then I go back to the post and I write, and I was like, well, somebody's in denial they're Latino. Like somebody's in denial. That's clearly like a self-loathing Latino. But my thing is like a lot of these people that are complaining about Obama, like they don't even know what they're complaining about. They don't even know what he's done. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people complaining about like, oh, executive orders, this and this and that. Like, do you know Ronald Reagan executed like a good almost like 80% more fucking executive orders than he did?
He was a fucking dick, Reagan.
Like in his first couple of years in office, all on top of that. You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck do you get away with that?
Well,
So,
people only feel than they think after they feel.
This is true.
This is true.
So, plugs.
I think we should do like end it like on a bang though. I think we should talk about like something like we only talked about like 2 topics.
I mean, we got like 2 minutes left, dog. We got to plug something. Follow me on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram. Let me spell it out for you real quick how my Instagram is spelled. But there's a lot of funny pictures and stuff and videos.
I think you should tell a story, Rada. I think Rada's story time like is always entertaining. I don't know, it keeps me entertained. I think you should tell us like about your latest horrible date.
I haven't.
Not because like I'm not saying that all you have is horrible dates. I'm just saying like those are the.
Have people been going on dates? It's been like a miserable fucking winter.
I haven't gone. This is my Instagram. Follow me here.
You give it to me. Give it to me.
At Radhames Tejada.
Just spell the shit out.
Oh, and let me write my Twitter here.
I love Rada.
You know I'm gonna like put this over the video using the magic of.
Oh yeah, so he's gonna edit it, but you go there. But I'm just gonna write.
You're not even drunk, Radhames.
Yeah, you're not, dude. Like,
I know. I'm just fucking stupid, okay, guys? Fuck. And now it's on tape. Motherfuckers. Here.
No, man, tell us this story, Rada. Come on, Papa Rada, tell us this story.
Last Friday I had a son, a landlord.
Right. You began to tell me this story last time.
Yeah, he wanted me to kick out one of our clients, whatever, his tenant, for selling drugs. The guy obviously sells drugs. What the fuck you want me to do? Like,
he very clearly sells.
So he calls my boss, and my boss hangs up on him. My boss tells me that it was her daughter who did. Her daughter's a fucking infant. My boss did it. She did it. I'm like, you don't have to lie to me. I don't care. Like, I'm your subordinate. Like, I don't care. So like, whatever. He calls and he's like pissed off, and I'm like mad monotone. Like, yes. I was like, any housing issue, you call me. You don't call my boss. Whatever. So I tell this guy, my boss isn't here. He's like, who does she think she is? President Obama, always taking time off? I was like, what? Where's this coming from? And then he said like mad incendiary fucks and shit like that. And so then yeah, he was like cursing.
Obama takes like one vacation a year.
Bro, this dude was cursing up a storm, and I was like, sir, I said, ma'am, I'm gonna ask you to like please not curse so much. I'm a Christian, and I find it insanely offensive, the vulgarity of your language. What's that Katie to call me? And then he hangs
just
up.
like that, like monotone, just like
yeah, bro. Like, yo, I deal with a lot of assholes on a day-to-day basis, and it's just like if I didn't have a thick skin, if I lost it, I lost it with one landlord one time.
What did he say?
He called me a liar.
Oh,
and then, he was like, "Oh, you were a liar," and then I said, because I was talking to him on speaker, because I was like, doing my work. Picked up the phone. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? He was like, what? I was like, first of all, I am a grown man. I have no reason to lie to you. I am not a liar. Don't ever accuse me of anything like that. Do not ever think you could speak to me like that. It's like, you want to know some truth? I'll tell you some truth. You're the worst landlord I've ever had the displeasure of working with. Whenever I receive a complaint,
this sounds like a Keith Olbermann rant. Like the beginning
I was like, anytime I hear any fucking housing complaint about you, I'm just gonna forward it to the city because you're such a dick. He's like, oh, forward me to you. I'm not gonna forward you to my fucking boss. You know she's gonna send you to talk to me. I'll see you in fucking court.
You did the #1 hood move. You know that, right? Like when they ask, oh, I need to speak to the manager. Well, nigga, I am the manager.
Nah, so
I am
like,
the manager.
When you're at work, you got a different accent. Like I'm at work, my pitch is a little higher. Well, maybe like everything is more tight together. Like I speak like this, very monotone. Like yes, I definitely make sure that I enunciate all my words so that my accent doesn't come out as much. That's how I speak at work. Yeah, I got tight, and I was like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Yo, I swear I was this close to being like, my nigga. I was like, yo, this dude is fucking crazy. I was like, yo, like that was a moment that I was like, yo, we were in the 1800s. I would slap you with a glove. I would slap you with a fucking glove.
Through a phone.
Like, yeah, fuck that guy, man. How dare you speak to me that way? Like, fuck out of here.
Like, well said.
So what's the Instagram, the Twitter, and all that shit?
Alright, my Instagram is just my name. It's just Angel E Gonzalez 0. Instagram is just Angel Gonzalez 0. That's pretty much it. I'm pretty whack. I don't really have like a social media presence.
Yeah, say yours again, Radhames.
Mine is Radhames the Comic, Radhames the Comic. It's all one word. My Twitter is Big Daddy Rada. At Twitter. Also, you can also follow me on Look Good Naked, all one word. Oh no, underscore, Look Good, underscore.
No.
Oh no, it's Look Good Naked. Oh, underscore Look Good Naked.
You're not drunk, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're not even drunk, bro.
I already told you guys, I'm fucking dumb.
No, fuck. The fucking thing stopped again.
Uh-huh.
I gotta change the setting. Alright, just start with the plugs again with Angel. Go.
Alright, I don't really have that much of a social media presence, guys. I'm a loser. I just have Twitter, which is at Angel E Gonzalez 0, and my Instagram, which is at Angel Gonzalez 0. And that's it.
Radhames.
I have Twitter. You may follow me at Radhames the Comic, Radhames the Comic, all one word. And you can also follow me on Twitter at Big Daddy Rada. You can also follow me on my other Instagram page for personal training. It's _lookgoodnaked_. So those are I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and the name of the show, what was it? Mike Your Business.
Mike Your Business.
Yeah,
son.
we were gonna throw it out to the internet,
Son.
but we didn't want to get names like eat a dick 3 fags or something like that.
You know that was gonna be like the very first suggestion.
3 fags sucking dick.
We're gonna have it's probably gonna have its own Twitter eventually.
Yeah,
and I'm at People's History. Then at the end, People's History at Twitter. Instagram coming soon. I'm gonna have to get a fucking Instagram. So
you got to.
Can't even write 140 characters.
Yeah, I mean, I feel very old and in the way most
No,
of the
but
time.
the captions can be forever on Instagram. You can there's no limit to the captions.
Yeah,
on
you can
Instagram.
you can write whatever.
Yeah,
If it's just pictures.
Yeah, that's so weird. But Instagram is such a limiting format. Like, it can't even post pictures. Like,
There's
good
a lot.
pictures.
Look, what I love the most about Instagram, there's so many big booty video and pictures, and it's all girls posting under the guise of fitness. They're like, "Oh my god, I'm so fit. Look at my ass." I'm like, "Yes, yes." And then they write some crazy inspirational thing like, "Wake up in the morning and be yourself because tomorrow is not promised," and some stupid shit. And then you always have some broke asshole talking about wake up and grind and work hard for your dreams, and he has like a picture of a Bentley in the back. Meanwhile, you live in the fucking shittiest apartment ever with your mom and shit. Shut the fuck up.
About to be hipstered out with the gentrification.
Seriously.
Seriously.
Anyway.
Kicked out by college kids.
Basically.
Alright, coolio. Follow us. Or I'll fuck your mom.
Basically.
Yeah.
See you guys next week on whatever output format we choose right after this recording. Thank you guys for listening.
Peace.
Yo, these mics are